Most of us have men in our lives that we love, but what if they were victims of domestic abuse and suddenly face stigma when trying to talk about it? Men face this challenge every day, and which is why I think people need to fight back against this stigma. During wartime, the media focuses on deaths and abuse females suffer from, but no light is shined on how men face the same treatment, if not worse. In recent records, it states that male sexual abuse victims are labeled as physical abuse victims because of the because of some of society's expectations and stereotyping of men. Some men don't even realize they're victims just because of the culture and stuff like that. Extreme mental stress can occur in those men who do not know if they are victims or not. This can cause many things, such as stress is just very bad for your health overall. And extreme mental stress can occur in those men, just like I said. This can be especially dangerous because male victims typically have minor to major physical injuries and mental injuries as well. Or I guess I should say mental health impairments. The expectation and stereotype having left society not having many resources for those men who are victims of intimate partner violence or domestic abuse. There's not really many resources for them to go. The National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey shows that over half of the men in the United States have experienced some form of physical, psychological, or sexual violence, or even including being stalked. Domestic abuse and rape is a horrible thing that should happen to no one. And of course, the main demographic is females, and my heart goes out to all of them. But imagine if it was your son or your father that ended up getting beat up or something like that. Like it affects everyone equally. I wouldn't say equally, but anyway. Within the confines of the society, like we can all agree, it's really not good. Uh, like, but we never really address how men are affected, especially during wartime and other such hard times where there's so many other things going on that sometimes we can't shine a light on everything. But I think it is important to help the minorities of situations, just like how we are doing with the BLM movement and other such movements that are focused on the minorities of social issues. An action step I think people can do to support this movement would be to just check in with the men around them, like make a safe space for them to talk about, their emotions and their struggles and stuff like that, because we as men, I feel like in our culture definitely don't um, want to talk about our feelings too much as it makes us feel weak or makes us feel helpless. But if we can make a more supporting area for them to talk about their, the stigmas they face and stuff like that, I think we can get a lot more out of men overall.